All right, well, Mace, back here in Steel City, your hometown. How's it been being around family and friends again and just taking an old site together?
Yeah, it's awesome. Everything I hoped it would be. Just Park has a lot of character. It has a lot of memories in it for me. So, people ask, what's your favorite park? I think this is still mine. So now I can say it for real since I've been here.
Nice. Now, I know Bethel played some games here when you were in high school. Were you ever able to play in any of those games too? Do you have any memories of that?
Yeah, I pitched in one game. I think 2015 or 16, junior or senior year. I think I threw pretty well, but it's a while ago now. It's crazy, looking back on it. It's been over 10 years, so getting old.
Times flies by.
Yeah.
So I saw a tweet the other day from the founding member of Korn talking about your intro at Petco Park. Have you seen it at all?
I haven't seen it.
All right, well, let me read it off to you. It says, there's Brian Welch, who said, "I've never been into sports, but watching this quarterback walk out to blind makes me want to start watching basketball again." What do you think of that?
Quarterback?
Quarterback and basketball.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Not a bad endorsement?
Yeah. I'm a well-rounded player. Extremely athletic.
So you dunked the basketball once or twice, right?
Yeah, time to time. Probably not anymore.
Back in the day, right?
Yeah.
So, obviously, you and I are both proud alumni of Waynesburg University and whatnot, but what's a big lesson that you learned from your time there that you still carry with you throughout your everyday life today?
Yeah, I learned a lot about myself there, too. Obviously went through a lot of changes personally, but just the perspective on life, I guess, that, no matter where you are and where you're going, there's things to be learned, people that are going to help you along your journey. So, just kind of lean into every relationship, and whether you're going to learn something from somebody or in spite of who they are or how they act or whatever, then that's the way it is. It's always learning in this life.
Good deal, man. So, you've been on a pretty hot streak to start the year. Even going back to last season, you just seem to be, ripping through your lineups pretty much. What's just been clicking for you that's been making you so dominant throughout the early stages of this year?
Confidence. I know that's the type of pitcher I can be. There's a lot of variables that go into it with, first pitch strikes and all that boring pitching stuff. But, just filling it up, pitching confidently, knowing I have a good defense behind me. Playing baseball down the stretch last year, that meant something. Really felt like brought out the best in me. And, carrying that over to this year and the WBC and, our aspirations for this season too. I think it's just a blanket. Competitive baseball brings out the best in guys.
You brought the WBC, obviously, the privilege of being one of the marquee guys for that team. What was that experience like for you? Just best on best and competing on that stage like that.
Yeah, definitely nice of you to say marquee guy. Just with that locker room. I felt like I was just surrounded by guys I've grown up watching, guys that I've watched dominate this game for so many years, guys that'll be in the Hall of Fame in the future. Just really surreal being on that team, a part of that group. We had a good time. Tournament style baseball is a lot different from what we do year in and year out. But I think that is part of what makes that tournament special is, you see how good baseball is around the world. And teams from anywhere are, got guys that can play. And in a 7-game tournament, anything can happen.
No doubt. So you mentioned it right there. You're in a clubhouse with guys like Judge, Harper, Schwarber, etc. When you get in there, are you having I can't believe I'm here with these guys, or is it no, I'm one of these top dogs too? You feel like you belong there?
Yeah, I think coming into it, I was definitely a little looking around, kind of in awe of these guys that I was in the locker room with, but they are all great human beings too, and easy to be around, easy to be a part of a group when you have a common goal. So, it was really awesome being around that much talent without the egos.
No doubt. So, obviously Paul Skeens was a member of that team as well. I don't know how close you guys were during that time, but what did you notice about him and maybe his work ethic and how he carries himself on a day-to-day basis? Was there anything there that impressed you?
Yeah, and obviously the on-field talent is impressive to anybody that watches the game. But behind the scenes, we know that he's super meticulous, super routine-oriented, just from everything you hear. But watching it day in and day out, and the commitment, over those 2 weeks, but also over the 6 months of the season, plus the off season and everything, you kind of respect that as a competitor and as I think I'm fairly routine oriented as well, especially as a reliever, do the same thing every day. So different than a starter's routine, but like, you know, you just kind of appreciate somebody that has a routine that they believe in that much and has had that much success.
All right, last one I got for you. I say the best for last year. So, you know, early in your career, you're still early in your career, but you know, you've played with a lot of pretty good first basemen. You know, Nick Kurtz, you know, in Oakland, Luis Ariz last year. Where am I stacking up amongst all those guys?
I mean, I think you have a double on your resume. So, I don't know.
Squeaked one out.
There's more than some people can say.
Yeah.
So.